Peace, love, respect, and ancestor power. I want to come to you guys November. Jeez, man. Let me get my days right. November 5th, 2020. I just wanted to make a video and tell you how the Northwest is doing. How we're moving along during this election time. As you guys see, it is a blue state, but it really ain't. Everywhere you see is Trump, Trump, Trump. Crazy. What you hear everywhere. But I'm just here to let you guys know things are still moving. Things are still happening. If you're paying attention, a lot of big businesses, the weed businesses is growing. 5 new states. I wish we focus on that and get our hats in the ring. I've been doing research on that lately, and there's really not no black African American owned dispensaries, at least in the Northwest, as I know of. I'm looking across the board, Chicago and other places, but this goes to the plan and what we're bringing to the table for the black community. Like, half of us went to jail, or a lot of our community went to jail for selling weed, but we can't even get a job or own a dispensary doing it. Like, my idea is bigger than that. Like, I just want an opportunity for the community to at least grow it. Let us be able to be the producers. Just one producer, like, give us a chance to get some seeds and grow somewhere, and let us cultivate our community the way it should be. Like, if none of us in my age, I'm 33, realize that shit's getting robbed out of our right underneath us, and opportunities are given to the next person, the one that's gonna stand up and fight for it and push the envelope. Like, we're so content of just being workers or so-called bosses, but our owners, we need to be creators. What could we create? What could we put our stamp on? What toilet tissue could we make? Factory. What car could we make? You know, it's just the simple things. But I just wanted to connect to my creators and my spiritual cats out there that's awoke. Or I wouldn't even say awoke. I'm tired of saying that word. I like creators. I think that's the word for me for 2021, or however you want to see it. But to everybody that's willing to create this next world that we're living in right now, I'm talking and speaking to y'all. I just want to say stay ready, steadfast, and keep the armor on you at all times. You know, everybody's gonna try to attack us, and it's not even an attack, but they're gonna be distant. They're gonna stay away from us because of what we believe and what we got going on, or how we see the world. And it's not a bad thing or a good thing, you know, neither or, but we're not gonna bow down. Our stance is staying in the name of the Most High, you know. But I just let you guys know we gotta let it out. Go ahead, and all of us need to get a YouTube and vent as much as we can. I know for a fact that there's not enough around each and every one of us, enough of us around every one of us to, you know, relate and give us that thought of everything's gonna be all right and no worries. You know, Bob Marley, you know, peace, love, ancestor, power. You know, it comes with time. I believe it. I mean, I know it. I walk it, and I'm showing it. You guys stay tuned. I'm gonna put up more of my children. I've been doing a lot of research and studying for these programs. I want to, you know, push into the community for parents to get involved, and also the children, everybody. Bring the village back. Each one teach one. That's what we got to do. We got to put the knowing in the children because they are the future. And as soon as we agree as adults and put them in a position of being the future and not push them into being some machine as an athlete, a worker, blase. Come on now, for what? We're done. We did that for 3 generations. At least I haven't. I seen it. My grandfather's gone. Grandmother's gone. Working. Did their retirement thing. Did their sick thing. Gone. Left. Nobody cares. Nobody knew about. Whatever. Neither here nor there. My mom's generation now. My dad working. They're in their 60, 50, whatever, 40s, 50, whatever. Working still. Not 100%. Still gotta figure it out. Rely on the government. Now we get to me, the 3rd generation. I worked, I'm done. I'm finished. I'm 33 years old and I want to make this a change. And I want to let it be known that my generation or my culture is important to me. And I'm the one that made it. I'm the one that did this. I'm the one that created this culture that we're living in now with weed smoking and fashion designing and cool this, cool that. I deserve to have a piece of this pie, man. They keep projecting 700 billion, 700 trillion, 700. They put all the aliens at the end of these letters and these numbers. For us not to get none of it is preposterous to me, man. Like, I'm the product of this environment and I don't get nothing from it. I refuse, man. And then get buried away and thrown away like trash after 40 to 50 years or however long they want me to slave at a job and put in some money into a retirement. Some bogus idea of living the American dream. House and a white picket fence and some children. I just don't see that ever being my thing. But what is going to be my thing is having to create this program that I have. And it starts with brainwashing. We have to brainwash our minds of what we thought. And I don't want to disinclude anybody. I want to include the whole family. And it's important to include the whole family because if we get the mothers, the fathers, the grandparents, the aunties, the uncles, the cousins, the brothers, all on the same page, the child is meant to follow what they see and what they know. If they see it everywhere they go, everyone's following suit, everyone so-called playing their part, playing their role, on code, quote unquote. If everyone's doing it, the saying goes, they can't break us down. We'll be as thick as thieves, we'll be as strong as an ox, we'll be all the parodies and narratives, however you want to put it, riddles and rhymes that we can be. If united we stand. So I met a good guy. Forgot the brother's name. I'm bad with names. I'm working on that. But lately I've been, networking and meeting a lot of people. I had my run-ins with a few brothers in my area. I'll do another video on that later. But to stay positive and stay on the up and up of where we're at right now in the moment, the brother that I just met from Texas is man, to be honest, godsend. He was here. He was here to help me network and expand my horizon on this movement that I'm trying to move, and he got the right path. So it's good that we met. We've been talking over the phone. when I get off here, I'm gonna check out his email. But he got a plan just like the similar to the platinum plan, but it's more community based. Um, it's more from the ground. It's from the people. It's not from up top, as per se the Ice Cube or anybody else or any other entertainment. It's from the grounds root. It's from the grassroots. That's Ice Cube was talking about connecting with. So hopefully this gets around and we get to speak to Ice Cube about it and give him our advice or any other artist that is willing to listen. My idea is trying to get some of these younger artists around our age to hear it out and hear our plan and see what we can do even for ourselves. And that's the whole point, ourselves, not really worrying about government, you know. But I we'll start a podcast or start something together, me and him speaking about it and see if we can get networking. And he's talking about going on tour, so we can do some type of tour virtual. But another big thing I've been dealing with and working on is always my family, my wife and I, and my kids. You know, I got the battle with the children that I'm still dealing with during COVID situation that we're going through. It courts is hard to go to get most of these parenting plans and DNA tests done, but the other three are doing well. They're doing good. I pray for them every day. I love them so much. I get to see Rhea on the weekends. I opted out on all holidays. You know, we don't celebrate those, but I get to see Amareya this weekend, so that's good. Go back to our regular routine. That's the up and up, so that's been my buffer in my good times, you know, during my hard times of not really fitting in or being with the matrix, being a part of it, being part of this world. You know, it's always been my issue for a long time that I know of, that I just couldn't conform to what's normal, you know, to what's quick crow po, like what everybody else is doing. You guys know what I mean. And another thing, two more other things I've been really working on and focus is getting into the weed industry. Been the big one. So a lot of research on that, and with that is tech, being into IT or getting into some type of coding or making programs or even apps. But it's time. We've been researching. I have been researching, and I'm gonna come with a different type of plan or different type of idea for me to get these sub companies off the ground, because we all know Daddy Daycare, AR Fashion, and 24/7 Approved is my trifecta. Is the operation that I'm trying to create, invent. That being said, with those three things, it's just research and studying and figuring out and working three angles at once, which is very time consuming, but it's doable. I got enough time in my day to actually get these things done, so I'm proud of that, and I'm fortunate to have that. We all know August 1st, 2020 is when I started officially Daddy Daycare Center, and we've been off the ground, you know, maintaining, and like I said, the virtual um, programs are. I should definitely give them a deadline. I haven't. I have them already like in my mind, written down exactly, bulletin, bullet pointed, and everything outlined how I want it. Now, putting paper to pen is something I wanted to do with an actual educator, someone with a degree already. I don't have a master's degree. All I have is a associate's, a ASS, in peer education, which is credible. Um, Everything else from there is self-taught. and researched and studied everything through venting and really going through it. So I put myself through all these tests, and my children that I have, Aaliyah. You guys seen her? It's time for you guys to check out Ron. Big boy's getting big. See Ronald, big boy Ron. And then Lily's back here, sleep, chilling. We're just chilling. We maxing in the car right now. Protecting my wife. She's the one that's working still, so she be getting off soon. We got here a little early today, but it's raining out here in the Northwest, and we ready. And one thing I did want to tell you, the last thing I've been up to in the last few months is writing this book. It's gonna be a great book. Like, this book opened up so much knowledge, knowledge, vocabulary, just also pain and other things that really bothered and hurt me. This book brought it out, and it helps me, and it's going through, life cycles and times that I've been through, where seeing it on the paper and writing it is different. Now, I bet you when I read it, it's going to be even more emotional, is what I'm talking about, different, because I tear up when I go back to remember most of these things, or it's hard for me to write most of these things. And then there's times where I'm writing, I get into a flux where I'm just going nonstop. Sort of like this video right now. There's no topic for this. I just want to check in, and that's probably what I put it, check in. But I just be going, and I love it. It's just a rush. I don't think I'll ever be the type of writer that have a writer's block, because there's so much, I would say, on my mind. There is a bunch of stuff on my mind. Like, it's self-explanatory. Like, I got those 3 things I'm working on. I got my past that I like tapping into on writing. And then I got my future that I see, the wealth and the happiness and the peace, which I'm already in peace, which I already do feel wealthy, but I see abundance of it in my future, so thriving for it, working for it, or doing whatever I have to do to get to it is beautiful. And this book is getting me there. It's getting me to harness all my I can say they're rituals, my beliefs, and my sacrifice. My knowing, my rituals, my knowings, and my sacrifices. Like, it's getting me to be able to show it more often. And the biggest teacher to me is the one that can show it, the one that you can learn from by just watching. And I have to be the person that do that, because I talk too much, and then me talking too much intimidates people. And what comes intimidation means I'm forcing them. So I just gotta be the one. I gotta be the Jesus. I gotta be the Moses. I gotta be the one that actually walk through the fire and make it to the other side. Until before people can believe me, before people will be followers. And I don't want to be believed. I want you to know these things. I want you to know, so you'll be able to teach and pass it on, pass it through, give it to the next. Not a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. That's what I always wanted you guys to know. I don't want to be a teacher. I want to guide. I want to advise. I want to support. That's my purpose. Hello? Yes.